Hello guys, it is me, Mr. D. I'm going to be talking to you about something today, my excitement for 2018 in gaming. So it's a new year coming up now, and there's many good games coming out. And the first one, which I'm going to go on to, which is at the start of the year, is Far Cry 5. And that game, I know it looks very similar to Far Cry 4. I'm really looking forward to the whole setting of America, because I haven't done that before. Although it's been a bit controversial, and in fact it's targeting, Christian extremists and all that sort of thing, I think it's going to be a really good game. I've watched some gameplay of it. The map looks massive. It looks more refined than Far Cry 4, even though that game was very good in itself as well. I think it's also worthy of noting that a lot of the same mechanics are going to be returning, and there obviously are going to be some new changes as well. Saying that, I think it's good that they give you all these different companions and things like that, like a dog and things like that, just to, just different new things. So with that in mind, that's not the only good game that I'm really looking forward to. What we also have is Red Dead Redemption 2. As a lot of you may have known, that Red Dead Redemption 1 pretty much got 10 out of 10 in most of its reviews, right across the board, and it was an absolutely cracking game, because Rockstar never failed to disappoint. It had a good story, the voice acting was good, the whole thing worked well right off the bat. To see a second one coming out is something very exciting. When I saw it, I was absolutely stoked. I mean, it's a shame that they pushed it back, but nowadays you have to expect that sort of thing. Really looking forward to that. I think it's, I'm not sure if it's a prequel or a sequel, I haven't really looked into it. That's something that I'm really looking forward to, and I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. Okay, another game that I'm more looking forward to, I think, than any other at this moment in time on Xbox is State of Decay 2. The first one, we have your own little community against a zombie apocalypse. I think that's something that's going to be absolutely amazing, because obviously again they've expanded on it. You have to do a lot more things. You have a lot more to keep an eye on. The maps are bigger, because apparently I think I've heard that the first game had one map that was absolutely massive, but apparently, if I've heard right, this new one has three maps on it, and they're all pretty much the same size. So I think that's going to be something that's really worth looking forward to, trying to get your community together, because I love playing that game, and any zombie games, as you've seen, because a lot of my videos are that sort of thing. With that in mind, I'm not sure when it's releasing, but that's one thing above most other things that I am definitely looking forward to, and I think that's going to be an absolute cracking game when it comes out. Might not be perfect, but games never usually are on launch, on day one. They tend to be, they need a bit of polishing up right towards the end, but that's standard, So yeah, State of Decay 2, there's, I'm pretty sure they're going to be bringing out new zombies and new other enemies and things like that, just to, keep it fresh, keep it new, but obviously there's going to be other things coming back that are very familiar, and my god, those things are fucking massive. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. The fact, we have to keep your community together, getting attached to all those characters, and all that sort of thing. I think the next game, which I'm really looking forward to, I'll put something on the screen for it now. But here's a game called Detroit Become Human. Now, this is one of those games where it's one of those crime drama, I believe it is, sort of tech noir game where you're, everything you do has an impact on the storyline. No matter what it is, something even tiny has a massive impact. This is a game that I'm very gutted is only out on PlayStation 4. Makes me want to buy a PlayStation 4 just so I can play it, because it's a Sony exclusive game, so I think that's fair enough that they only do that. This game is something about androids in the future and that sort of thing, and you play as 3 different characters, and they're trying to sort themselves, trying to get out of this sort of oppression that the androids are under. Some people hate them, some people don't mind them, but I think it's really good that they're doing something like that. The game really looks banging. I've watched the gameplay. It looks really tense, and the drama's amazing, the acting's amazing, the graphics are phenomenal. So far, again, they might dumb it down because they usually do that with games, but that is one thing I'm definitely looking forward to, and I only discovered it recently. So saying that, if it does come out, hopefully, I might get a PS4 down the line and buy it just to play that, among other games that I do want to play on that. So yeah, Detroit Become Human, I'm not sure when that comes out. That comes out maybe in the first or second quarter of 2018, I think it is. And yeah, it's a game set in the 2040s, I believe, so it's quite far in the future, but I think that's something that's I'm really looking forward to. The other game that I've got on this list here And that's one thing that's not really in my good books because, as you may or may not know, I'm an absolutely massive fan of the Mass Effect series. Obviously Mass Effect Andromeda didn't really do so well at launch and all that sort of thing with the different bugs it was plagued with and all the other things that people, you know, I personally expect a lot better, just like most of the fan base did. But this game that they're bringing out now, BioWare, they're bringing out this game called Anthem, which a lot of people are saying it looks like Destiny. It looks like James Cameron's Avatar. You know, that's what it looks like to me as well. But say, you know, I reckon that's what everyone reckons all their resources went for Andromeda. That's why that game wasn't as good as it should have been. Because they're you know, I think they just put all their fucking resources towards that and didn't do anything about Andromeda. But I could be wrong, you know. At the end of the day, it could have been EA pushing them for that. So, but looking at that, even then, it doesn't look like a bad game at all. I think that game does actually look really interesting. You know, it's like a massive open world. You explore the world and there's all that sort of thing. So if I play that and think it's, you know, think I'm playing a Mass Effect game, I can't really see much going wrong with it. You know, it's definitely a game I'm willing to try. You know, I'm not going to hold a grudge against it just because of Mass Effect Andromeda. I mean, you know, no game is absolutely perfect. Well, some of them are, but that's a matter of opinion. But I think Anthem does look pretty good. I mean, you've seen the trailers, the graphics look amazing, but again, I reckon that's just going to be dumbed down and, you know, that's what they tend to do. They make them look good for E3 and just other various things like that. You got, so with those games that I've listed, that's mainly what I'm looking forward to or what I'm going to be watching out for. And maybe when those various games come out, I'll be doing various videos on them. And, you know, maybe sharing my thoughts on what I think the actual launch games, the games are like on launch. While I'm on the subject, actually, another game that I am going to talk about is The Crew 2. Although, if you haven't played The Crew 1, you know, it's a massive map of the United States. You know, it's not the entire thing. What the fuck is this thing here? So yeah, you have a massive map and it's just cars and all that, but this time you've got boats, you've got planes, you've got everything, and I think that's going to be absolutely amazing when you know, you can fly around, you can do all these races and all that sort of thing. It's a nice game to just sit down with your mates and, you know, do races and compete against each other. I think that's really good with little games like that, because The Crew 1, I really liked playing that. Well, she's really rabbit things to stop running around. So I think, yeah, The Crew 2 is going to be quite a good looking game with the planes and all that. Maybe they'll make it, I think the map is United States again, but I'm not sure they're going to expand on it or make it more detailed. They're going to have to change something about it. So I'm thinking, yeah, that's another game I'm looking forward to, and obviously there's many more out, but I'm not sure entirely when they are out. But yeah, we've just got to keep an eye out, and then obviously, you know, different updates for games that are currently out next year, you know. I wonder what 2018 is going to bring for Battlegrounds, because that's just come out on Xbox One. Been playing that. Hopefully that'll bring out some good patches and good, you know, differences in that. So that's personally what I'm looking forward to. But I'd like to know what you guys are looking forward to as well. You know, what do you think about, you know, everything that's coming out next year? Do you reckon 2018 is going to be a good game? Do you reckon there's going to be a bit of a letdown? You know, there's things you'd like to see. I'm going to leave it there with you guys. Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to next year. 2018 is an exciting year. I'm really looking forward to it. So, just want to say a Merry Christmas to everybody as well, and see you on the other side, basically. Looking forward to it all. Thank you very much. Ta-ra.